sing wadakon kutkinas katka gigan. Learn something new every day. I constantly want to keep learning more Haida, and so I constantly use that. Katkis hanidi kigaga, yakulanis Haidaga.
Juskwan hanu di kiang, kungwanet hansen, di cheatskittens gogun. I think that the Haida language has been impacted so heavily by the colonial process, and that impact ripples on to today. So it's not even the case of just learning a language, it's the case of healing this very violent and unjust past.
Gwalaga, Hinudi Kyan, and part of the Gakyal's Gwaii clan. Learning our language benefits to our community in that it's an incredible part of our identity, connects us to our ancestors and our culture deeply. It's who we are and represents really where we come from.
As many of our kids were taken away due to residential school, they were also misplaced from their land. And so being able to learn the language, it connects us back to the land, the water, the air, and it just breathes life back into us as Haida.
Gina, Wadluwan, good ad, quagad. Everything depends on everything else.
So our relationships to each other and to this land and to our culture is all within our language.
Jika anadikiraga wagena singam na yun skaidga o DOEG. I've been teaching the Haida language for 25 years, and the main reason I got into this is because I wanted my family and grandchildren to know who they are, where they come from, and which clan they belong to.
Daljat hanudi ki gaga kils Haida Gwaii at udi kigawaga. I come from a family of fluent speakers, and it's my love for my grandmother, my nanga, that pushes me, because I want to keep that in our family. I don't want to lose that.
That's really what motivates me, is to continue to pass it on.
I'm also an artist, and I've taught Haida language and my art at the same time, which is so important. Our culture and our language.
I've been learning my language for 20 years, and I've been a part of teaching it as well for just as long. So I really am looking to solution-based initiatives in our community and finding ways to support learners that aren't conventional, because often measures of learning success are based on, learning this much more, having this much more proficiency. But for us, maybe it's having, 3 or 4 more students show up. Maybe it's having that safe space held for our community to learn. And maybe it doesn't show up with all of these scales, but it shows up with this appreciation and love as we pass it along.
These are the puppets for my babies, my nest babies, and they love these. It doesn't matter what they're doing in the room. As soon as I pull out this one, they come peeking out from behind corners and sticking their head up. You can see them when they connect. Kasingu sing like kirang, kasingu sing like kirang,
One of my favorite sayings is "Sa de jungwang." That means bouncing along, and that can work in as an individual, kind of walking down, or in different contexts where it's like people in their actions going forward, bouncing along.
I am Rap Nanai, 84 years old, and it's gone viral. Getting the language out there to the younger generation.
I think it's really important that families are teaching their young ones in those kind of nest scenarios, because the parents can be learning alongside their kids.
Each time we gather together to speak our language, we are Haida speakers, and it's really important to me that we reclaim that phrase, because the reversal of that has been put on us for so long. The idea that there are very, very few speakers left, that the language is dying, and that atmosphere of fear and imminent loss isn't a learning environment. So reclaiming that space of just holding each other up as learners and speakers of the language. And the Haida language is spoken every day on Haida Gwaii in multiple forms. So
I hope to see the language being used more and more every day in our everyday lives, and further in documents and in the workplace, maps, sayings, school curriculums. They're doing a great job, but it's always like, there can be more.
I've done a lot of healing programs in the past, and nothing has come close to learning my own language that has healed me and made me a stronger person. I'm learning to my own identity. It's connecting me to the land, to my people, to the creators, to our elders, and I really understand Ginawadluhan Gutat Kwagit. Everything depends on everything. Like, you see it through a different lens once you've learned your own language.
I think that's the most important thing, is the love aspect. And that's the teachings that I was given by the elders I learned from. And the most effective ways that I was impacted by them were when they were showing me love and care. And I think that that's what our language needs the most of.
I love you all.